Welcome back to another episode of the Evolve Marketing Podcast. Today we have a returning guest, but I'm super excited because he's been working behind the scenes on this amazing. I'm just gonna let him do it, okay? I'm just gonna let him tell it. It's a secret project though that he's been working on this project. I'm gonna say 4 years, right? Like he was thinking about this for like 4 years, and finally the time has come. He's gonna launch this new secret project. So before we get more into it or I mess it up. Jonathan Montoya, how's it going, brother?
Hey Andre, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing amazing. Thank you guys so much for having me back, Brian. I gotta let you guys know I truly listen to your podcast because I love getting the affiliate like perspective from all the people you interview, and I love the podcast, and I think this is an amazing community and affiliates. This is like the spot to be for to learn. So I'm excited to be back. Thank you guys.
Well, we appreciate that, Jonathan, and it's been a lot of fun. We were talking today a little bit, and we plan on continuing with it since it's been such a good experience over the first year. So we appreciate you listening. We appreciate everyone who's listening, and we're going to continue to deliver the value and do things like bring you on the show. So a lot of people, especially in our community, are going to know who you are. They're familiar with your past works, how you got started with affiliate marketing after trying a lot of different things. And then you had some success with a couple of different programs. Then you launched your own program, which was very successful, 1-2 Comma Club. I know you generated more than $1 million with it, but you hit that first milestone. Had some successful affiliates who worked with your program that did very well and now doing their own things. So you've proven that you have your finger on the pulse in the industry, and now it's time to maybe shift a little bit, or I don't want to say shift, but add a new layer into your business with a new secret project. So if you could kind of explain what you got going on now, or what's coming up in the very near future.
Yeah. So so I want to kind of bring this back to one of the episodes you were talking about, which is interesting, bro, because you mentioned this episode, you talked about the linchpin, I think last year after Funnel Hacking Live. And when you did that episode, I mean, obviously we learned from Russell Brunson that, hey, we need to build a business that, it has a high ticket offer, has a challenge, has a webinar. You've talked about the linchpin, and then also it has a reoccurring business model. So from a business perspective, I'm like, okay, I need that reoccurring business, or I need that reoccurring piece from the linchpin that Russell Brunson always talks
Right.
about.
You need that monthly recurring revenue in your business.
Right. I mean, and then I had done like, monthly like memberships where they get access to videos, but people would always churn and like cancel their stuff after a few months. So I'm like, I need something that's gonna stick, something that's gonna provide so much value. And then I started thinking about Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers book, right? So he talks about, okay, how can you take something and shrink the time to almost nothing, right? So he talks about the weight loss industry, right? Like, liposuction is so like people will pay for it because they're going to lose weight overnight. So I'm like, okay. So I really started thinking about this, and this is interesting because I started thinking about this since when I first started affiliate marketing. I'm like, why has someone never created something where they can have an affiliate business overnight, and not just like one of those systems where it's like, you buy it and you promote it, like not like a system type thing. It's more of like, how can we build a true sustainable long-term business that builds your email list, that you're giving away a really valuable lead magnet, you're giving away or you're getting people to YouTube videos to provide them value. How can I build this and give it to someone in a few seconds? So I really started thinking about that, and everything just kind of started to make sense in my head. And I'm like, okay, what can I do to do that? And that's kind of how I started thinking of the concept of, okay, I'm going to create this software that can do that, right? So someone can literally, a complete beginner can join, have an entire funnel, have an entire lead magnet, have YouTube videos that they can start using in seconds. So that's kind of what we've done with it. I don't know if I know you asked the question on like how we started it with it and kind of my story, but that was like how I started thinking about it from a business perspective, right? Like I needed that piece of the linchpin, the reoccurring, but I was also thinking I wanted to create something so valuable that's going to shrink time because when you help someone do that, when you help somebody get a result, essentially overnight, that's when people are going to be interested. So that's kind of how I built that.
Yeah, that's really interesting, because if you read $100 million offers, which you referenced, one of my favorite pieces of that book and one of my favorite things that Alex Hormozi teaches is what he calls the value equation. And I know we've talked about this on the show, but basically there's 4 different quadrants that people look for when they're buying a product. And you have things that you want to increase, likelihood of success. If we can increase that for our leads or for our customers, that's going to make our product more valuable. Dream outcome, right? If we can increase that, if we can take them from a system that makes them $100,000 a year to $1 million a year, that's increasing the dream outcome. That's more valuable. But the real value comes from the bottom section of that quadrant, where you can decrease those. And if you can decrease the amount of time and effort and sacrifice that it takes for someone to get the results, that's how you get a valuable product. And that's exactly what you're doing here. You're taking the time to get set up and decreasing it to essentially 0. We don't want to say 0, but a day. Let's just say a day. You're taking effort and sacrifice that people have to put in to have an affiliate marketing business and basically dropping it to as close to 0 as possible. And that's where the real value of a product comes in. That's why Amazon's valuable, is because they can overnight you stuff. They can deliver you stuff same day, right? Decreasing the time to achieve the results is the number one way to actually increase the value of the product. So you have something that seems on the surface, before we even know about it, going to be extremely valuable. So now if we can go into part 2 here, maybe dive into what is this thing actually going to do for people?
Yeah, for sure. And I wanted to dive into the business part of it. Like, why did you even create this, right? Is it just another funnel builder? No, it's something that's going to solve that issue. And I love how you explain that. So cool. So essentially what it is, it's, I know most of your audience is familiar with affiliate marketing, but, with affiliate marketing, you have to build an opt-in page where you essentially, on that opt-in page, the goal is to build an email list. And then, people will say, well, how do I build an email list? Well, you need to give away something for free in exchange for that email. So we call that a lead magnet, right? Something for free. So essentially what we've done is we've built out the opt-in page, the lead magnet, which is basically a free course. And then we have an automated email sequence of over probably a year of emails. Now, the interesting part is, right, the cool part, this is like the magic of the software. You log in, you paste all your affiliate links in the software. So, some of the top programs like Legendary Marketer, System.io, Russell Brunson's Secrets of Success, a lot of these really big programs that I've personally promoted and made a lot of money with. You could go and paste all your links there. I think we have maybe 14 programs and we're continuing to add. And the magic of the software is you click the button, okay? And now all those links are then injected into all those emails, right? There's like 300 and some emails, and they're automatically put in the right emails where we, again, automatically send out. And then with the white label course that someone can give out as their own, their own photos generated, the whole course material is all generated. All the links within the course are all generated. And again, someone can give that out as their own. Now, this is the big thing right here. Okay. This is like the coolest part. So me personally, I've been able to build a list, of over 500,000 people. Now I actively will send, an email, a broadcast to 100,000 people multiple times a week. Now, the cool thing is I've been able to get open rates 30, 40, 45% sending to a large amount of people. Now, there's a reason for that. And this is what I want people to understand, because when people join my email list, I don't just send offer after offer after offer after offer. Okay. What I do, and this is the framework that has worked for me, is I send people a value email with no link, and then a value YouTube video where they can get information, right? And then I'll send them an offer. Okay. So then that's kind of the email sequence that we take people through. Okay. So value email, there's no links in there. It's just, hey, this is free, it's just information. Then a value YouTube video, then an offer. Okay. So that's the framework. That's how we built out this sequence. Okay. Now, so it's like, okay, so so if we're sending people to a YouTube video, how am I going to get the credit, right? So this is the coolest part, and this is what I want people to kind of understand with it. So, for example, if I send an email to go watch a YouTube video, let's just say Legendary Marketer, hey, there's, on the email, I'm like, hey, there's this new program or there's this program with this 15-day challenge. And I made a video explaining the whole thing, right? So I send people to a YouTube video. That's what I personally do, right? Now, if someone's just starting out, they can leverage that same video. But what we've done is we've created like this page where we put that YouTube video in that's already done for them, and their affiliate link is already there, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to explain it without the visual, but essentially, they're putting all these links, they click the button, and all these emails are going out. They got the value email, the value YouTube video, and then the actual affiliate.
So just to clarify it, the YouTube videos are your YouTube videos, meaning the affiliate who's signing up for this doesn't have to spend the time creating 30, 40, 50 videos following scripts. So it's going to your YouTube video, but your YouTube video, which is already done for them, which has been proven to convert, is embedded on essentially their funnel page. So their affiliate links are right below that video. So when you're talking about the video, introducing them to the program and say, hey, if you want to start the challenge, there's probably a link somewhere. Obviously, the customer, the lead, or the client, or whatever is going to look right below the video that's on their funnel now, and it's going to be their affiliate link that's been automatically populated.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. And what's cool is we're not only doing that with like affiliate programs. There's videos where I've done interviews, even like when you came on and you taught TikTok ads. I have that injected in like one of those value YouTube videos, but people are able to send people to these value emails, these value YouTube videos, but they're getting the credit, right? They're the ones that are, they're keeping that high open rate, right? Because again, when you're sending emails, you don't want to just send offer after offer after offer. You want to keep people engaged. You want to give them the information, right? If you can help people get a result, if you could help them on their journey by giving them value, they're going to continue to open their emails, and you're going to continue to have those high open rates. So, yeah, man, that's kind of just a little bit of what it can do.
Yeah.
It's pretty powerful, but we can kind of dive into it from here.
Yeah, that's super interesting because you're cutting away the time, you're cutting away the hard work that people have to do, with the funnels, the email automations, YouTube videos. YouTube videos is a big thing to get done. Like, it takes a lot of time. So that's amazing that you're able to incorporate that in your software. Now, how's the onboarding process? I know first they have to apply to become an affiliate for whichever program that you want to promote. And then from there, they go into your software. And what do they have to do? They have to paste their links, of course. And then what about the pictures? What about the link for the emails and all of that stuff?
Yeah. So great question. So it's literally, I did this for my dad the other day. So you sign up for the software, basic information, you get access, and then there's this custom setting in there that it says, hey, what's your name? What's your last name? It lets you post all your social media links, and then you can upload your photo. And then there's another one where it's like, okay, here's all the affiliate programs. This is where you sign up for them. So you can sign up for them and then paste your affiliate link. And then that's it. Essentially, you're done. Like, that's it. And then basically they can start sending people to their opt-in page, which is the page where they get people's emails, but they're giving away that free course. So the first email that someone gets when someone opts in, it's like, hey, here's my free course. Again, that's theirs that they're white labeling. So yeah, that's pretty much the process. Now, of course, we let them just get started. Of course, we'll have a little bit more advanced trainings where they can go and have their own domain and, stuff like that. But essentially they can just start promoting, like, literally in just a few seconds, right? So
if someone wants it branded, they can have their own custom domain. But if they just want to start off with like a subdomain or something, so they can have a link on day one ready to go, they can start driving traffic to their own funnel on day one.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the thing, because the thing, and I've coached, and I've had over 50-some thousand people go through my challenges. The main thing, Brent, it was like people were just getting stuck with the tech part. I'm like, like, this is like, there's so much, you have so much more potential. Like this is just such a small part of what you need to do. So it's just like, I wish I can, that's why I was like, I wish I could have this like 4 years ago and give that to them now, but it is what it is. And I'm sure you've seen that, Brian, Andre, you guys have your own programs. It's like, I think most people get stuck on the tech part, a lot of people do at least. And it's like, okay. And here's my vision for it too. It's like, obviously these are my YouTube videos I've created for them. These are hundreds and hundreds of videos I've done. My goal would be, obviously I'm always about skills, right? I want them to learn how to do it. I want them to go and then create their own review videos, their own lead magnet, and then they can swap out my videos as they go, right? And then now they're really building out their business. So essentially what I've done is built out this ecosystem of, YouTube videos and value emails. I absolutely want them to take my videos out and have them do theirs, but the goal is to get them a result quickly, as fast as possible and help them build the email list. But at the same time, they're building as they go, if that makes sense. So
yeah, 100%. It's just really, it's a great service because it starts to build the belief and it validates the opportunity from really scratch, from day one, because you're right. So many people get stuck on the tech, and this is kind of a situation where that first commission, even no matter how you get it, even if it's by using a done for you system, that changes your life. Like, I've been doing this for 11 years now. I still remember the first commission. It was like $32 that I ever made a million years ago. But it was at that moment that I actually made that money and realized that money could come from the internet, that I validated the opportunity of affiliate marketing, and look where it's evolved, what it's evolved into. I mean, it's completely wild, the ride I've been on. So I think it's fantastic. And here's the thing that I really want the listener to understand. And if this is for you, great. If it's not for you, that's fine as well. But here's what I want the listener to understand about the program you're creating. This is what works. You're not just putting together a done for you system and just saying, yep, this was easy to put together. Here you go, buy it. It's going to get you started. This is how you do high level affiliate marketing. And I know this, and I'm not trying to talk myself up too much, but I know this because everything you're talking about is exactly what I do as well. And it's from years and years and years in testing. You talk about the value emails. That's exactly what I do. Instead of sending people an email that's just text saying, hey, go click on this link to go buy something. What do I do to increase engagement and conversion rates? I send them to a page on my funnel that's one of my YouTube videos embedded right there. And I talk about the opportunity, and there's a relevant affiliate link right below it. And those videos convert like crazy. You talk about interviews, or, when you're talking about how you brought me on to teach TikTok ads, those videos, they just bring people in and make them realize that these are just two people having a conversation about marketing, and it builds so much trust, therefore increases conversions. It's the next evolution of everything that I've ever done and ever taught, because when I teach it, I'm like, here's what you got to do. Now you got to go build it, which is great. Yeah. But also you're like, here's what you got to do. It's done for you. Launch it. It's like a minimum viable product. Launch it. And then over time, make it more your own as you get the skills. So I think it's absolutely incredible.
Thank you, man. Yeah. I mean, it's important that, like, I've always been big on skills. Like, I want people to learn email marketing and why we're doing what we're doing. So like, I still have a lot of work cut out for me. Like, I gotta, like, yeah, it's all done for you, but now, like, you got to learn what we did, and you can start getting results, but I still want you to see, like, hey, this is why this email is written like this. This is why this value YouTube is shot like this, right? Like, there's so much that, as you know, like, affiliate marketing is simple. Like, you just promote someone's product, but there's so much more to it, right? And that's what I want people to understand. It's like, yes, it's a done for you. It's going to get you an affiliate business overnight, essentially, but I still want you to learn the skills, because the skills that I learned, I've been able to build my own coaching program. And then I was able to build my own courses. And now I'm able to build my own software because of the skills that affiliate marketing taught me. And even my wife, she's like, well, now I want to start a clothing brand. Okay, cool. Same thing. Build an email list, give something away for free, funnels, like it's the same thing. It's the same business. I can take this information and go start another business. That's the same thing Russell Brunson's doing, right? He started Secrets of Success, the bone broth company, the health and fitness Beats company. I forget you know what I'm talking about, but
I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. The greens supplements, which I buy, by the way. I forget what it's called.
The
but
AG1 or
no, it's not AG1. It's Zuma.
It is Zuma. Yep.
Zuma juice. That stuff's amazing, by the way. But what I'm saying though, it's like, if I can teach someone the skills with affiliate marketing, my goal is to help them build a long-term business in whatever they want to do. Right. And that's the purpose of why I'm doing this. So,
and you have the solution for it. I mean, you have your 72-hour challenge, so you are teaching them the skills that they need to learn. Now, how are you going to incorporate your software into the 72-hour challenge?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, for those who don't know, that my 72-hour challenge, it's like, hey, it's like my beginner's program to start learning how to affiliate marketing. So essentially day one is like, hey, this is what you need to do to learn affiliate marketing. Day two, it's like, okay, this is how you build out the actual system. And then obviously I show them how to do it with the software. Super cool, because it's a lot quicker now instead of like doing it manually with ClickFunnels and System.io. The longest part that it takes is like literally having to go apply for the affiliate programs. That's the longest part. So, and then day three, it's like, hey, this is how you get traffic. What's interesting is on day two, I have two ways to build the system, right? I show them how to do it using Funnel Freedom, which is my software. But then I also show them how to do it with System.io, which is the free version. And I tell people, like, if you can't afford the tool, that's totally cool. I still want to help you. And this is why I show you how to use System.io. You're just going to have to do everything manually. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to put in all the emails and do all this. And so the value add for them, it's like, oh, I can just paste my links and I'm done. Right. So that's kind of how I framed it. But yeah, I show them how to use it in the 72-hour challenge. That's the as we went at Funnel Hacking Live, that's the dramatic demonstration, right? That's that's where we show them how everything works.
That's really cool. So you talked about the tools, right? And earlier in the conversation today, you talked about your idea for adding monthly recurring revenue to your business, your particular business. So as we put the pieces together, I imagine part of this is going to be the fact that you sell them the software on a monthly rate. So let's dive into that side of this business, really kind of the back end side of it. Sure. So, what first and foremost, like what's it cost and what's it look like?
Yeah, the cost is going to be $97 a month. And then, I mean, there's going to be some like higher tier things that you can do. Mm-hmm. It's pretty powerful. You can do some pretty crazy things. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with like ManyChat, where you can have automated responses on Instagram and Facebook. So that's actually in there. There's AI in the software. It's pretty powerful. So we have like some upsells in there, but the main base thing, like 90% of people are probably going to use the, $97. And that's going to be monthly. And what was the second part of that question?
And that's just kind of what I wanted to know. It was like, okay, so people join this $97 a month, and that includes basically their funnel builder, their email autoresponder, and all the templates and stuff like that. Is that correct?
So for the 97, they'll get the unlimited funnels. They'll be able to have unlimited contacts. They could have unlimited text contacts or phone numbers. They have, what do you call it? You could have your own courses. So, we're building it for affiliates, but obviously it's a full-on funnel builder. I mean, it can do everything. It's an all-in-one. You can have your own courses in there. You can even have your own like communities, kind of like Facebook communities, but like its own version of it. You can build your own, which is super cool. Wow, there's just so much. You can have your own like WordPress website. It's a lot, man. There's so much. Like, I'm even like, oh shoot, like there's so many things, because I know my wife was like I said, she wants to build like a t-shirt brand business. So I'm like, oh cool, we can build that in the software itself. And I'm like, this is so cool. Like I'm geeking out. And I want to give big credit to my partner, Sean McKellen. literally the smartest guy I've ever met, man. Like this guy, and he's not an affiliate or anything. He sold, I know he sold his past business 3 years ago for somewhat over 8 figures. He's built another software company, sold that. So I think he's exited a few companies. So I want to give a big shout out to him. He's literally the smartest guy I've ever met. Like we met 3 years ago at Funnel Hacking Live. So go to networking events, guys. I met him. He was just sitting at the bar. He was just hanging out. And I was like, hey, man, what's up? Super chill dude. You would never know like who he is. He's just like a really, really smart business guy. He was getting there. I think he was getting his 2ComX award at that time. And then, yeah, we just kind of stayed in touch. And actually that was the year Brian won his dream car award. So that was the same year, I think in, Florida.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
anyways,
2021. Yeah.
yeah. So I met him and we just kind of stayed in contact and, yeah, we just reconnected. He's like, and I guess he stopped working for like 2 years because he exited his company. And he's like, man, let's like I've been telling him about this because we had talked about the software and I was like, this is what I've always wanted to do, like literally for the last 4 years. You think you could do that? And he was like, yeah, I can do that. I'm like, okay, are you sure? Like this is pretty like intense. And he was able to build it, man. It was pretty crazy. And he's so excited he's never done anything with affiliate marketing, but like, he's just like loving it every second, man. It's cool. This dude works hard too. But he's so smart. Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, these marketing events, changes people's lives. You never know who you're gonna meet, and this is the perfect example of that. Now let's talk about a little bit about the affiliate side, right?
Yeah.
What if somebody wants to promote your software? Is there any resources out there for them to promote it as well? Like, what about the commission base? How does that all work with your software?
Yeah. No, there'll absolutely be an affiliate program. I mean, when I first started affiliate marketing, I was big in the reoccurring commissions, like with ClickFunnels and all that stuff, right? So the Dream Car Award, getting 100 people under you. So like, yeah, I think that's such a cool opportunity for people to do that as well. So we're going to have affiliates be able to promote it. They'll get 40% commissions. But what we're also doing is we're doing 10% second tier as well. So essentially, if you have people under the people that bought and they're getting people, then they'll get 10% of all their sales. Now, the cool thing about what we've done is we've done automatic second tier. So let's just say, someone buys the software from you, you get the 40%, they automatically become an affiliate. And if they get somebody, you automatically get their 10%. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, we absolutely have templates, emails. We actually shot about 30 ads that people can run as their own to get people to the software. The cool thing is I've had a lot of experience with the affiliate side of things with my courses, my challenges, my webinars. So that part was easy for me to like, kind of like, I know how it works. I know what affiliates want. And yeah, man, that's also such a fun part because I'm able to now help someone build out their kind of monthly reoccurring commissions. Like for me, I have so many of these softwares that pay me monthly and they'll always pay me monthly. ClickFunnels, System.io, GetResponse. There's so many, Repurpose.io, Vizsla. Like there's so many like softwares that pay me, right? I love high ticket commissions and I still preach that that's the main thing, but the reoccurring commissions is also like pretty sexy as well, right? So yeah, we'll definitely have an affiliate program for the software. Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that's what gets a lot of us who've been doing this for a little while excited because that's what we're always looking for is an opportunity to help people on our list because people who, are in the early stages and they want to start making money online, they want to be helped in the way they want to be helped. So for example, Andre runs a course in a coaching program. I run a course in a coaching program. And some people really dig that. Some people are like, absolutely, the opportunity to be in a Zoom room with someone who's, done this for years, that's worth its weight in gold. And they want to be a part of that and they want to learn the skills and they're a little patient. And they're like, yeah, if I make a little money now, but learn the skills that are going to set me up for the future, that's what I really want. Then there's other people who want like, that's great, but I just don't have the time. I don't have the bandwidth to learn all this right now. I just want to get started and start making money. And so for me, as a marketer, I'm there helping the people who want to learn the long-term skills and are a little bit patient.
Yeah.
But I also want to help the people on my list who just want to get started, just want something
Yeah.
easy. And so you've made it easy on me. I don't have to build out this entire system that you did. You're younger than I am. You have more, you're better at working harder than I am. It's like, yes, I'm gonna rely on Jonathan to take care of that end, and then I'll
I
just promote
appreciate
as an
that, bro.
affiliate. So that's awesome. But let's now, this is incredible. So you've talked about all the capabilities of the software. The fact that you can dynamically input all your affiliate links is huge, because I give people emails, but they got to go and manually modify each one with the affiliate link. So to me, this could be one of two things. Either you spent $43 million building out a software, or you leveraged a tool to help you do this. So let's talk about that now. How'd you get this thing put together with the help of your partner?
Yeah. So if those of you who are familiar with or not familiar with, there's a tool or a company called High Level, and they built the platform already, and then basically you can white label their software and you can resell it. So essentially what we've done is we've white labeled it, but we've customized everything to work for affiliates, right? And that's kind of the magic, the secret sauce, is, all the like injections with the affiliate links and all that stuff, that is still custom coded. And that's what took the longest time. Now the base program, like the funnel builder, the email autoresponder, like that is already there, right? Which is super cool, because that would have been millions and millions of dollars, right, to kind of build out. I definitely know I couldn't have done it, because I've tried to do something like this, like actually the last few years, and I couldn't do it. I've helped and reached out to other people, like, and they couldn't figure out what I was trying to do. I think I'm just blessed that I was able to find Sean, that he understood the program. He knows custom coding, because he still had to do a lot of it. So, but it's been a blessing, because we're able to use what High Level has done and essentially build out what we've, our funnel freedom software. So, yeah.
And
man.
the most important part of that is that it is built on a platform that's proven.
Yeah.
Right. Because we all know it can happen. We saw a ClickFunnels 2.0 launch that, it had different accounts of how successful that it was in the beginning. But the bottom line is all the functionality minus the custom coding that you added is built on a software that has been proven. As a matter of fact, we talked to someone yesterday who uses Go High Level, and they have over 650 developers in that company. Modifying the tech, fixing any bugs, making sure functionality is right. So essentially what you've done is you've launched a new product, but it's built on the back of 650 proven developers who've together proven software. So that's really, really cool. And that puts me at ease, because I have a list, I have a following, I have a reputation, but I know if I promote your stuff, it's built on software that actually works.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. That's such a big point too. And I love how you bring that up, because it's like, yeah, they do have hundreds of people, engineers working on stuff. I mean, just the other day, they released like 300 some like updates, and we were like, oh shoot, this is sick. Like when we were launching, we're like, you can do all this. Like it's crazy, man. Like I'm still in awe of like what you can do with the with all the capabilities of it. It's just crazy. Like it's even like for me, it's a lot. And I run a pretty dynamic business where we have a sales team and we have all kinds of stuff going on. And it's like, still, I can do so much. But yeah, I love how you bring that up. And it's super cool that I have the opportunity to be able to do that. And because what's interesting, I tried doing it on the other platform. And because they kind of mentioned they were going to do the white label thing, and we tried. It's just unfortunately it just didn't work out, but everything happens for a reason. And I think the timing was perfect on just how everything worked. But yeah, man.
Yeah, same here. I wasted 4 months trying to figure out that other software, So it took me 4 months back, and then I got to the point where I had to go back to the regular ClickFunnels. But anyways, So right now it's just you and Sean, correct? Do you have another more teams behind it? For example, the client support,
Oh yeah.
the Facebook groups, like I know you have people in your beta as well. They're testing it out, the software. How many people you got working for you now with this software?
Yeah. So what's cool is when we fully launch, we're gonna have a 24-hour support team onboarding. Because when we launched the beta, just to our inner circle students, we really wanted to see like how the onboarding was gonna work. So what we did is when people signed up, yeah, it's pretty easy to do, but people still have questions and stuff like that. So um, Sean actually got on call with every single person and it's like, hey, this is what it is. This is what you can do. This is the power of it. And that not only gets them excited and teaches them more about what it can do, but it's going to help them stick longer, right? If you can help them understand what it is, it's going to help them stick for the long term. So we'll have a full team of 24-hour support, onboarding, and it's gonna be good because people need that. And I think when I first joined ClickFunnels, I had to learn a lot of it myself. I had to go YouTube videos and all this. And when I became a high level customer, they did the whole onboarding thing where it's like, hey, Jonathan, this is where you go. This is like simple stuff, right? But just answering basic questions. So we learned that if we want people to stay, if we want people to stick for the long term, that's going to be it's going to be more expensive to pay people to do that, but they're going to at least know how to use it and be able to, get all their questions answered. So
Yeah, and that's important to help get people get started. I just thought of this, analogy or metaphor or whatever. It's like, imagine you were going to teach your kid to play basketball, right? Basketball is a simple sport, right? You dribble the ball, you shoot the ball in the bucket, right? That's it. So you can teach your kid to play basketball. But what would happen if before you could teach your kid to play basketball, you had to teach them how to install the basketball hoop? Okay, here you got to dig a 3-foot hole. You got to put the pole in. You got to make sure it's leveled. You got to mix the concrete, pour it, and then wait for it to cure. And then you got to attach the backboard, right? They would never learn the sport. So what you've done is you've really installed the basketball court for them. And now they can just go out there and start shooting hoops and start seeing success and build the confidence in themselves. So I think it's really cool. So let's talk about the launch date. You said you had a little internal launch to kind of get the beta going to figure out what you needed. Now you have that system in place. So just for reference, I think this episode is published on November 22nd of 2023. Yeah. So when are we launched yet, or can we expect the launch soon? What's it looking like?
It'll be November 27th. So just a few days after you guys are watching this episode. And if you're watching this before the 27th, there's a wait list. So either way, they'll be able to at least see what it's all about. But yeah, man, that's when we're going live. It's crazy. We have almost 5,000 on the wait list. And I just started sending emails about it like 2 days ago. We were just doing everything social media. And that's without affiliates. So people are really excited about it, man. I'm excited to see what happens. It's just the next part of my journey, the next chapter. And it's interesting because I tell my affiliates this all the time. It's like, I want you to build something as well, right? But affiliate marketing is like the gateway drug to get you to where you want to be. So, because I look at Russell Brunson, it's like he did the same thing. He started as an affiliate and he's built $1 billion company. So, I always try to look at long term and the big vision with that. But going back to your question, the launch date's the 27th. And yeah, man, that's when my vision will become a reality. I'm excited.
Yeah, and we'll leave a link in the description so you guys can check it out as well. But yeah, now that we're, I guess, coming to the end, the end of the funnel, let's just talk a little bit about testimonials, right?
Yeah.
I want you to share some of the things that your students are saying about it. But first of all, you mentioned your dad, and I saw that your dad got his first commission after using the software. So let's talk about that first, and then you can move into like testimonials from your students.
Yeah. So what's interesting is I helped my dad out actually maybe about a year ago, and we built out his whole funnel. I I had to. He's really bad at tech, like really, really bad. He struggles with his phone. So sorry, Dad, but he he for him, and this is actually why I wanted to build something like this, because I'm like thinking of my dad. I'm like, how can I help someone like this have an entire business? So I helped him about a year ago. We built out the funnel, but he was still confused on like how it sends out and how it does this and that, So I'm like, okay. So he kind of he didn't do anything with it, even though we had built out this entire thing. And I'm like, okay, hey, Dad, like we're building out this software again. Do you want to check it out? And I was like, yeah, okay. So I still walked him through it. I'm like, hey, sign up here and then put in your information. And then he clicked the button and then it generated the opt-in page. I'm like, okay, that's it right here. Let's get some traffic. So I'm like, let's run a solo ad. I'm like, you can go create videos on TikTok, YouTube, which he's done. But I'm just like, let's just see what happens. I'll pay for it. Okay. $100 sent, for those who don't know, it's just buying basically instant traffic from someone else's email list. So $100 got us like 80 emails. And then, now there's like 4 sales and now they're just going through the sequence. I'm actually looking at my email right now and I just got an email from my dad saying unfair tools to automate your business. I'm clicking on the email. It says watch video now. And that video goes to the landing page with a YouTube video that shows the top 9 unfair tools and products to automate your business. I'm literally looking at it now. Pretty cool. So yeah.
So it's from your dad.
Yeah. And I don't know if your podcast has screen share, but anyways, that's what I'm looking at now.
Yeah, throw it up there. Well, anyone can go over, if you're listening on one of the podcast platforms, you can go over to YouTube and find this episode and you'll be able to
let me show real quick. Why not? Right. So
yeah, absolutely.
So can you see the screen there?
Yep, we got it now.
Okay, so there it is, Chris Montoya, and this is probably like the 10th email, maybe, because he's done it for about a week. So if I click on this, there's his email. If I click on this, it'll go. So this is like unfair tools to automate your business. If I click on this video here, and it goes here, it's obviously that video. And if I click on this, so obviously the video will be here. And then right here it says clone this business. If I click on this link, you'll see at the top right is his affiliate link.
With
so everything is working. Everything is working. So
cool, man.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, I just got your 10th email and it's hitting my inbox. Like every email's hitting my inbox. I didn't even mention that. Like the open rates are just so good with the autoresponder part. There's so much technical things that we could talk about, and but anyways, that's one of them. Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, awesome stuff. I can't wait to become an affiliate for this. May even set it up for myself to go on the back end of my email list. This is really exciting stuff. So I'll be looking forward to the 27th of November. Maybe I know a guy I can get in the beta, but we won't talk about that right now. But the cool thing is, you talk about videos and how much value this adds. And I know this is probably redundant for some of their listeners, but I can't tell you how cool the sequence you just showed us was, because that's what leads to conversion. So to kind of put a little bow on this, when I promote your product, guess what? I'm going to create an email sequence. It's not going to be a one-off email. It's going to be an email sequence. It's going to go to the people who are already been on the list, who have already been through my automations, but need a new opportunity. Yeah. And guess what? Somewhere in that sequence, I can 100% promise you will be this podcast embedded on one of my websites with the link below it, because that's what works. So it's just really cool to see that you've built this and it works in real time. I mean, the fact that it works is probably such a huge load off your shoulders. So cool, it's like things in real time almost never worked, and that did. So that's really cool. And most importantly, like, guys, this is how you do affiliate marketing. This is what works. So I'm super excited for you, of course, but I'm also super excited for the people who are going to get to use this as well.
Yeah, man, it's so cool. I don't know. I love what I do. It's just like one of those things that I'm like, it's like more exciting than when I started my affiliate business. Everything has like seasons and levels to the game, right? When you first get your first commission, that's like the best part. And then, you just kind of go through different levels. And, the biggest thing, man, and we've talked about this, is just doesn't matter where you're at, you got to be growing. And this is just the next part of my journey to help people and for me to grow. And it's cool, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. Now let's say somebody that has their own program and wants to put their program into your software so people can use it and promote it as well. How's that process look like? For example, let's say Brian wants to put his 90-minute affiliate challenge into it. Let's say I want to put my Libertad Hispana in it. How does that process work?
Yeah. So there's two different things that we can do. Well, one is I would love to put your guys' stuff in my sequences, and that would be one of the affiliate programs that they could sign up for. So a lot of it's just like me knowing who you are and the type of program. Like, I'm not just going to put a bunch of random ClickBank products in there. Right. So I obviously know you, and I know Brian, I know Andre. So yeah, I would absolutely put your guys in. Now, if it's just some person that just wants to put their program in there, I don't know who they are. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of, I don't want to put just random stuff in there. I want to put stuff that I've personally promoted, I've personally vetted, I personally know, because I've always been a person that promotes something that like is going to provide you value. It's going to get you closer to your dream outcome. So, little short answer is like, do I trust you? Do I know you? Do I like you? That's pretty much what it is, man. And now let's just say have an affiliate program. And this is something we're talking about, like for our, as you know, linchpin, the high end thing, right? This is going to be a little bit more advanced, but so for example, let's just say Brian wanted to use what we've built to give it out to his students, to give out his free course lead magnet. Well, what we can do, and this is kind of what me and Sean have been talking about, is like, okay, yours is going to be the main, like your ecosystem is going to be the main thing that it promotes. It's going to promote your course with your videos, and people just inject, I know you have the 90-minute affiliate, right? It's like the free course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically we would build that into our system, and then you now give that out to your affiliates and you're promoting that software. If that makes sense. So that's kind of like the higher ticket thing where it's like, we'll build out your own custom thing for your affiliate thing. That's like the goal, because we're using the technology, and like our plan for the high ticket goal or the high ticket offer would be like, hey, you have an affiliate program helping people with health and fitness. Well, we'll give you this ecosystem so you can give to your affiliate, so you can give out, if that makes sense. So
yeah, so basically you're taking the solution that you built or the ecosystem that you're built, you're going to build it for your high ticket clients, but you're going to do it in a way so it's branded to their program. So it's
absolutely
all the custom coding's done. So then the people you build this for can then give it to their affiliates, and then it's relevant affiliate programs and stuff like that. So it's more of a one-off custom solution. But once again, you're taking what you've learned from doing this and giving it to people who want to replicate this in their business with their own programs is kind of the way I understand it.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely correct. Yeah. Cause I mean, what's interesting, cause I've spoken on stages where I talk about how I've brought on over at this point, like 30,000 affiliates to promote my stuff. So I've talked to like high level, business owners, 7, 8, even 9 figures, in these masterminds. And I'm like teaching them, hey, this is what I do. I give out plaques. Like that's a whole different thing, right? That's like how I do like my actual business. So I'm teaching these high level people what I do. And they've asked me like, hey dude, I'll give you like 30 grand if you like help me build an affiliate, like ecosystem. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. It's just so much work, man. It's a lot of work. So it's like, well, now I have the technology to do it. And like, all I got to do is like, hey, you give me all your assets. We'll put it in the software, rebrand it to you, and we'll give it back for, whatever that price would be. But yeah, that's another part of the business that we're excited about. And, that's going to be fun. That's the high ticket of the linchpin. Like we're literally building out the entire linchpin, man. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's to answer your question. Yeah, there's two ways. The first one is just, do I like you? Do I trust you? Yeah, I'll put your affiliate link in here. We'll add your emails to it. I'll make a YouTube video about your course, and that'll be as part of that with the landing page. Like that's all that's all easy to do. I would love to add you guys in there as well. So that would just be part of the ecosystem.
But you're doing your future customers a service by vetting good programs, because if you just put a bunch of crap in there, then it's not going to have the value. It's not going to work. It's not going to convert. You're going to opt-in rates are going to go down, and it's going to degrade the quality of the product. So I think that's a very smart decision, and I'm glad you're open and honest about it. So just don't, if you have some program on ClickBank, don't reach out to Jonathan to try to get it in there, because he's going to say no. And I think you should. But really cool. And I just want to kind of bring this back to the beginning of where we all started. It's like when you have the same story that Andre has, that I have, very similar. It's like we were in the 9 to 5. We were in the workforce. You know, we worked in the restaurant industry. You were a electrical engineer, and you just wanted a way out. You started, and when you started, you didn't know that you were going to be a software entrepreneur building this done for you stuff with, you know, $50, $60, $100,000 high ticket potential back end products where you're building custom. You had no idea this was going to happen, but you got started. You evolved. Your life, your business has evolved, and here's where you are, and here, who knows where you're going to go. So I think this is incredible for folks, because that's just, you need to get started, and then who knows where you can end up 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the road. So really, really cool.
Yeah, it's just amazing what you could accomplish once you just start. You know, it's interesting, man. I actually spoke at my church the other day, and I'd never ever thought I would speak at like the church leadership conference or a mastermind, or I spoke at ClickFunnels event last year. I'm like, what the heck? Where am I? It's just like, dude, I was the guy that would literally skip school because I didn't want to talk in front of the class. I just wanted to make money and be the guy in the background, like not even show my face. So it's just crazy, man, that I'm at this point. And I think the biggest thing is I just continue to step out of my comfort zone and continue to grow. And I still try to do, you know, like if something feels uncomfortable, I step into it. And, you know, that's how I try to live now, is like stepping into that next phase of life and whatever it is, you know. So.
Now, where do you want to see your software going? Maybe the next 1 year, 2 years. Is there an end goal in mind?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I know people have been talking about exiting, but I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like this is something that I would do for a long, long time. I don't know if I would ever exit. It's in the back of my mind, where, because I know with software you can exit like 10 times. You know, if it's making 10 million a year, you can essentially sell it for 100 million, right? So, you know, I don't know. That's in the back of my mind. But right now, obviously, the main focus, the main thing is to help affiliates get started with the software to build, you know, you build your affiliate business and you can essentially do whatever you want, which is cool, right? Because not only can you build your affiliate business, you go and build a coaching business or an e-commerce business on the same platform. So they have the capability to do that. So the main goal right now is just helping people get started and see where it goes. You know, maybe one day we'll have our own 2Comma awards and people winning, you know, getting $1 million in our software. And it's just, I don't know, there's so much potential. I'm just like, so many ideas keep going through my mind, and it's hard to like know exactly where we're going to go. But I know I'll be solid here at least for the next 10 years. Like, hey, this is what we're doing, man. This is it. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's really, really, really cool, and you know, I'm super excited for you. You know, congratulations on getting to this point. I know, you know, once the 27th of November hits, it'll be the next level of work towards getting this up and perfect and running, and I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Anything as we get to the end here, anything that you want to ask us about with regards to specifically relating to your program? Is there any insight? Is there any opinions? Is there any way we can help you out, basically, is what I'm asking you right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys are obviously affiliates. What would you want to see in the software that would help your affiliates or just beginners get a result quicker? You know, obviously I've seen so many people, or I've coached so many people that I know a lot of the things that they struggle with, but you've also seen other things as well. And so, yeah, I'm curious what you would want to see in the software itself. Yeah.
Yeah, at least for my program, I like the idea of the white label. Because mine's in Spanish, right? So it'll be difficult for them to tell for us to tell them, yeah, you can promote any program that you want, but there's only one program in Spanish, right? So if I have a white label just with just my program, and then I can give that tool to my affiliates so they can pay the 97 a month, but then they don't have to worry about the tech side or nothing like that. Then I feel like that would be like super helpful for my students.
Yeah, but is there anything that you would want it to do that maybe I didn't explain? I don't know if there's.
Yeah, the traffic side of it, right? You mentioned that you paid somebody about the for your dad, right? You pay traffic for the email list.
Yeah.
Is there a way to incorporate traffic maybe with AI, right? For somebody that doesn't want to be in camera into the
Yeah.
software.
Yes, actually. Dude, I'm telling you, Sean's like the smartest guy I've ever seen. This is actually like phase 2 of like what we're wanting to do is like the software will actually have this AI scheduler where it creates the content for you and it'll schedule it to your social medias. And then within the software itself, you'll be able to conversate all in one platform. You can do your Instagram, your Facebook, TikTok, email, text messages, all in one platform. It's like a mini chat on steroids. So yes, technically, yes, you can do that. And we're adding that in there. So there's so many things I haven't talked about because I want to just help affiliates get started, but there's so much back end things that you can do. So yeah.
Really
Thanks
cool.
for that.
From my perspective, and this is something you may have or may be planning, but I would love and admittedly, I haven't looked into it yet because it's still before the launch date, but I would love to see like a webinar that sells the software itself, a place where it's like, hey, if you want to use this software, go to this page so you can learn about the opportunity, right? Like, so I could send people to a done for you system where you kind of have explaining all the things that we just talked about here, right? And I don't know if that's something you're going to have or something you plan on having, but does that make sense to you?
Oh, 100%. So like more on the affiliate side of things, like the opportunity of showing people how it works. So I don't have a webinar per se, but I do have videos that show exactly how it works. So we'll add that to the list. So when you sign up as an affiliate, you could send people to the page where it also explains, but we'll also have other pages that kind of take different angles. So I like that. I don't have a webinar per se where it's like automated and all that good stuff, but I do have multiple videos that teach people how it works. So
yeah, and that's exactly it. It doesn't have to be a webinar where you got the chat bar on the side, just like an explainer video, like a landing page explainer video that is, trackable with affiliate links. That way it's like, hey, you want to learn about this done for you opportunity? I could send them there. That's the first couple of days of my sequence. Then on day 4 of my sequence, I send them to this video, for example, that's embedded on my website where they learn more about it from this conversation, and they can go click over to the kind of the landing page to get started. So yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. In that case, we do. Yeah, we've already created all the videos for it, and but you just give me an idea for the affiliate side of things. I'll add multiple pages on like the affiliate link side where you can be like, hey, link 1, link 2, link 3, all go to different angles of it. So I love that. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that.
Yeah, really cool. Well, thank you, Jonathan, for your time. We appreciate you coming on and spending probably a little over an hour with us now. This was a super exciting episode for me. Anytime I get to chat with you, it's always great. And I appreciate it. Obviously, to the listener, if you want to check this out, if you're listening to this on day 1, which is the 22nd of November, there's a wait list. Just find the link in the description or show notes and go ahead and get on the wait list. But if you're seeing this after November 27th of 2023, it's open, it's live. Go check it out, right?
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jonathan. It was a pleasure. This software is gonna change people's lives. I'm 100%. Okay. We wish you the best, and hopefully you can come back for another episode in the future.
Yeah, man, I love coming back, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much what you're doing here at the podcast. And again, I'm a big listener myself, so thank you guys.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for everybody who tuned in today, and we'll see you all in the next episode of the Evolved Marketing Podcast.